What's going on, guys? How are we doing today? Bashar Ketu here, Amazon FBA seller mentor. Sorry, just getting going here. Just getting Instagram also going at the same time. So that way we've got everybody here watching. All right, awesome. So YouTube and Facebook are actually on both at the same time. I just want to make sure that they're both on here. All right, cool, awesome. So I guess that works, I believe. If you guys can't see me, please let me know, and I'll stop and kind of fix things around. Got a bad corner of my hair here. Let me move you. Let's move Instagram for a little bit. And then we'll fix things up. All right. So, cool. Awesome. This is better. There we go. So in today's video, we will actually be talking about how I went from doing $100 in a week to $10,000 in a week, and kind of what I went through, what I experienced. Gerald, what's happening, my man? How are you? We actually got a YouTube somebody watching us on YouTube. It's pretty exciting. All right, cool, awesome, very good. So as I was saying earlier, in today's video I'll be talking about how I went from 100 to 10,000 in sales in a week. And as I'm doing for this whole week right now, as I am actually posting full week worth of screenshots. So every single day, literally, I'm posting a screenshot for a whole week starting Monday. I think I skipped yesterday. Today it goes up at 2 p.m. or 12 p.m. here, Pacific Standard Time. So 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But anyways, so Bashar Ketu here. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Please let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions at all, I'll be more than happy to answer them. And I'll pretty much answer as I go. But aside from that, guys, so what I want to share with you guys is pretty much the whole story, how I went from 10,000. So let's go ahead and type that here. So how I went from 100 to 10,000 in sales per week. So honestly, when I first started, it was literally a learning curve, right? I thought I knew it all. I thought I could do it by myself. I thought I was gonna pretty much figure it out on my own, and I didn't realize that I actually could not figure it out on my own, and I couldn't do it all by myself until I actually found me a mentor, and that's when when things took a turn for me. And I say this in all of my videos. I say this in everything that I actually post, and everything that I talk about is, always, try to piggyback on somebody else's success. Try to, go after somebody who's already done it before you, somebody who's already, who's already successful, right? And try to pretty much, do it to follow their system, to follow, what they are doing, and try to, just pretty much copy their steps, right? Why reinvent the wheel? It's always good to piggyback on somebody else's success. So honestly, this is one of the main reasons why I personally, was able to expand from 100 to 10,000 sales a week. And as I told you guys, you'll see in my screenshots here in a couple hours, in about 3 hours approximately, I'll be posting my screenshot. This is why I come live every day. This is why I post videos. This is why I'm always posting things on my social media, is to motivate you guys, to get you guys in the same, brain and the same mindset that everything is possible. Listen, just about a year and a half ago, I was totally broke. I was in debt, and I was, things were just not going right. I knew, and inside of me, I knew that I was destined for something better. I knew that I was going to become somebody, something, sometimes along the way. And I knew that I wasn't going to just settle for just the job. I wasn't just going to settle for, you know, going to school, getting a degree in something, doing the same thing every single day, and that was that, right? I knew that wasn't why I came to this world for, and this is why I personally, no matter what happened in my life, no matter what life threw at me, I always knew that at the end of the day, okay, things are actually going to become better. I knew that at the end of the tunnel, it's like I could see the light through the tunnel. I could see that there is light at the end of the tunnel, but I just knew that I just had to stick around. I just knew that I had to just keep grinding, keep going, keep pushing forward every single day, day after day, until I actually was able to achieve the goals that I wanted to achieve in life. And as I've told you guys before, I started my second business at 22 years old, and after about $450,000 in a couple of years, was a total failure. It just, we had to pretty much fold and move away. And really, that put a very, I mean, honestly, at some point I realized, where I was thinking, I was going through my mind every single day that today I'm going to go to sleep and I'm probably not going to wake up tomorrow because I'm going to probably have a heart attack, or something bad is going to really happen to me. And it was just because of everything that was actually happening, everything that was just, it was very stressful. It was really stressful time. You know what I mean? But just be sure that you guys stick to it. Be sure that you guys don't let go. Be sure that you guys and listen. And I'm not just talking about Amazon FBA right here. The reason why I went from 100 to 10,000, that didn't happen overnight. First of all, that did not just, I didn't just explode and then all of a sudden overnight I was doing $10,000 in sales a week, and honestly, $10,000 in sales a week is nothing with Amazon. There's people that do that in a day, Now their profit margins might be a lot lower than mine. Mine are between 43 and 46%, but there, you could do these numbers. There's people that are doing millions of dollars a month. You know what I mean? So the possibilities are there. It is possible that you can be making that much and a lot more with Amazon. And I'm not just talking about Amazon here. I'm talking about anything and everything that you do in life. You need to stay committed. You need to make sure that you are actually, committed to yourself, committed to whatever it is that you are going into, and making sure that you are actually going into it and sticking to it. You know what I mean? And just don't give up. Change the path to your goal, change the plan, don't change the goal itself. And that's what a lot of people kind of get confused. So they'll set their goals. Let's say, like 2018 started, right, a few months ago, and you set these great goals and you were motivated, you were excited, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get it done, I'm gonna go and get it. And then 2-3 months down the line, and you maybe broke it down. Okay, every month I need to reach this much portion of my goal in order for me to actually achieve it at the end of the year. And then a couple months went by and it's March, and it's end of March, and you're like, what, I don't think the goal is achievable because really I have not reached about 25-35% of my goal, although I'm at about 35% of the year already, and I'm only at like 5 or 6%. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna minimize my goal so I can get to achieve my goal, which really isn't your goal. What you're doing is you're bringing down the goal, and instead of multiplying your effort, what you need to do is you need to work harder. You need to multiply your effort in order for you to achieve your goals faster, or at least make it to your goals. I always say make your goals bigger than what you're actually and really can accomplish. Because here's the thing: if I wanted to say, okay, so if I was going to say my goal is only $1,000 a week, so I started at 100, and then if I was going to say my goal is only $1,000 a week, and then I don't achieve it, or I do achieve the $1,000, then I'm only at $1,000. You know what I mean? But if I set my goals at 10,000 and I only reach 5,000, well, guess what? I'm already $4,000 more than what I really wanted to originally achieve, which was 1,000. You know what I mean? So always set your goals higher than your expectation, higher than anything, higher than you can even imagine. If you are not looking at your goals, if you're not looking at your, you know, and you don't like start laughing and kind of doubt yourself, then really you're just not dreaming big enough. Dream bigger than what happened. You know what I mean? So going back to Amazon FBA, one of the main important things that I honestly that helped me out a lot, that actually made everything possible for me. One of the number one things was looking for a mentor, finding somebody who's already done this before me, and piggyback on their success. That was number one. Number two was staying motivated, staying positive, actually committing to the concept, committing to one thing at a time. And that's a problem that I have had for the past 26 years. Well, I guess, when I first started entrepreneurship or when I first started working or whatever at 15, 16 years old. So at least 10, 12 years now, is focusing on one thing at a time, and which is why I always say, be sure that you guys are starting with one product at a time, launching one product at a time, because it is very important that you guys focus on one thing, okay? A lot of times it happens. It does not matter how much information, how much resources you have available for you, okay? You might start with one thing and then all of a sudden, realize that you're not where you really want to be. Gerald, my man, I really appreciate it, brother. So we are on YouTube here. All right, so be sure that you guys are focusing on one thing at a time. Be sure you guys are going at it one step, take it one product at a time, one sale at a time, one review at a time, one bad feedback at a time, one step at a time. But does not mean that you take one step and then 1 month later you take another step and then 6 months later you take another step. No, go at it one step at a time, but go fast, go quick, and hit it hard. Another thing is taking action, okay? Taking action and doing something about it. Not just getting anywhere, you know what I mean? Don't behind and just kind of get too much focused, too lasered focused. I get a lot of my students contacting me saying, hey, I found a product and I'm just, going to watch it for the next 2-3 months. And it's like, why are you even going to do that? If you find a product, you'll like the numbers, you'll like everything, make sure that it's ungated, make sure it's something you can sell, find suppliers, run the numbers. You need to always run the numbers. A wise man told me once about 4 years ago, if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So run the numbers. I'm showing you everything you possibly can to actually make sure that you are profitable, make sure that you can run the numbers correctly. So run the numbers. If the numbers make sense, then go for it. You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and take some questions here. Interested in learning how you did this. I have 3K to start and have to start and to be successful. So just about 2-3 days ago, that's Jeremy Barnett. Just about 3 days ago, my man, I actually posted a video on how you can start Amazon FBA successful in 2018 with as little as $1,000. $1,000. If you have $3,000, that's great. You're in a great spot. Isabel Maxwell, awesome advice. Focus on one thing at a time. Yes, ma'am. One thing at a time. You need to only start with one thing at a time, one product at a time, one sale at a time, one review at a time. And just kind of, don't take baby steps. I mean, take baby steps in the beginning, but I always say, which is why I failed in my second adventure, is because I started up here. I started this big and then try to kind of build the structure under it. You know what I mean? And instead of doing that, you need to start right here and start small and then just keep on stacking and then building up. Like I get contacted by so many sellers on Amazon. It's crazy. Every day telling me that they just launched 20, 30 SKUs, or they're looking at launching 4 or 5 SKUs or test SKUs or whatever, especially sellers in India. They're selling, trying to sell all these units. And it's like, I've got a person right now that I'm working with that I'm helping, get their store up and going. And they have, I think he said 30 or 25, 29 SKUs or something like that. And he's literally, what he's doing is he's got about 30 SKUs. He sells about 30 units a day, which is great.
But if you really think about it, that's only about 1 to 1.25 units sold a day per SKU. And that's not what we want here. We want to sell at least 10 units a day for each SKU. So really, if you have 2 or 3 SKUs, you'd be competing against somebody who's got 20 or 30 SKUs. It's just so much little stuff to manage. You know what I mean? You don't want to manage 30 SKUs. If you're managing 30 SKUs, you better be selling about 2, 3, 400 units a day. You better be making like 10 grand a day when you've got that many SKUs. You know what I mean? So it's crazy how people, just go and it's like, dude, it work the same way as if you were to go to the convenience store. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? A lot of people think that anything that they see at the gas station, at the convenience store, anything they see anywhere, it'll actually sell on Amazon, and that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Things are just different. It's the online world is a little bit different than what you see every day. So you guys need to really understand exactly what you're going for, what you're going after. You need to you don't need to be niche specific. And I always say, don't be niche specific. I sell anything that sells. My man, how are you? So I don't stick to one niche. I don't stick to one thing at a time. But I mean, I do stick to one thing at a time, but I don't stick to one niche at a time. I literally just find anything that sells and I sell the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Run the numbers. I'm giving you to run the numbers. I'm giving you every tip you need to become successful. So contact me if you guys have any questions. I'm here for you guys. Bashar to Amazon, a BS seller mentor. I'm about to cut this here in about 30 seconds. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you guys. Also, after I cut the feed, if you guys have any questions, please come back and leave them in the comments below or just send me direct message. Good brother, how you doing? Just started personal branding on YouTube. That's amazing, my man. I'll check out your YouTube channel. Leave a link here, or just your YouTube channel name or something, and I'll check it out and see how you're doing, man. If you need any help, if you want collabs or something like that, if you want me to bring you onto my channel, I'll be more than happy to do so. Just hit me up. Aside from that, guys, Bashar to your Amazon FBA seller mentor. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be posting this. I'll be posting. Go back and watch it. If you have any questions, please below. And aside from that, guys, thank you very much for watching. I will see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care. Killing YouTube. Peace out, YouTube.